just absolutely ripping frequent intense gusts here in the northern part of Nova Scotia. That power pole is about to come down. Here we go, guys. I am headed to Winnipeg, Manitoba right now. Extremely rare hurricane chase in Canada. So I'm headed to Winnipeg. I'm gonna catch a flight this afternoon. It's Wednesday, the 21st of September, catching a plane to Halifax, Nova Scotia. All right, guys, I've made it to Winnipeg in the airport here, got through security, and we got a couple of hours until the flight. First flight's gonna take me to Toronto. This is a big time storm. Well, here I've arrived in Toronto. The next step is catch a plane at 6 a.m. to get to Halifax, but I do have a 7-hour layover here. Got this whole gate to myself. All right, guys, I have arrived in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I got my rental car. I just provisioned some goodies here. Got some potato chips and some Cliff Bar. The plan is to head northeast along the coast. I'm gonna stay in Sydney, Nova Scotia tonight. Currently headed northeast out of Halifax now, up along the coast of the province. We're headed towards Sydney. I've been talking to a lady about this house here. We're gonna go scout out the area. House on Airbnb, which could be ground zero for the center of the storm. This is the Airbnb house I'm considering riding the storm out at. You can see it's right up against the sea here. Rocks. Nothing but open sea out into the distance. It'll be a wild ride if I do it here. I'm gonna have to look at some storm surroundings first though. In Sydney, Nova Scotia right now. Ahead of Hurricane Fiona. All right, here we are, Friday morning here in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Made it likely to the location where I'll ride the storm out here in Sydney. It's a big city, plenty of amenities, hotel rooms and things of that nature. And we have Fiona coming from this direction, and it is shaping up to be a significant storm. It's gonna be bad. We're gonna get strong winds here, tons of rain, flooding, and it's gonna be pretty nasty here. Headed into the mall here to see the legendary Frankie MacDonald in Nova Scotia, Sydney, Nova Scotia. This is the most exciting moment of my career. This is Storm Chaser Aaron Jayjack, and
I'm Frankie MacDonald.
And we are in
Hurricane Fiona right now. It's raining outside right now. It's going to get heavier rain.
We're here in Nova Scotia. I made it all the way to Sydney, Nova Scotia.
I urge everyone to be prepared for massive power outages. Yeah.
What do you think about Fiona?
Really, really bad. But the Hurricane Fiona is going to be really, really, really bad. It's going to be mighty bad. This is an epic thing when I met you in person.
Yeah, this is the greatest moment of my career. Me and Frankie together in Sydney, Nova Scotia. I cannot believe it. Here for Hurricane Fiona. Big storm coming, you guys. Yes. All right. Thank you, Frankie. Yes. I'm going to go chase the storm. This is amazing.
If you want to follow me on my social media, my YouTube channel is Dogs Wolf. My Twitter is @FrankieD. I'm Frankie MacDonald.
Thanks, Frankie. The world's largest fiddle. currently in Louisbourg, Nova Scotia, where heavy rains just come through, cleared out, sitting at 978 millibars of pressure. I'm currently in Sydney, Nova Scotia, where we are in the midst of Post-Tropical Cyclone Fiona, and the winds are really ripping here in Sydney. I'm watching this power pole here sparking up here. I've been seeing power flashes in the area, but the power is still on here in Sydney, going on and off. Strong winds ripping through here in Nova Scotia right now. Hurricane Fiona coming through the area. Big time winds now ripping here in Sydney. It's coming. Big gusts are coming. And the winds are now just absolutely ripping. Frequent, intense gusts here in the northern part of Nova Scotia, and remarkably cold here. About 54 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Quite cold, strong gusts hammering the Sydney, Nova Scotia area here, and the strongest winds have yet to arrive. Oh. Big gusts here. Big gusts here in Sydney. Big time gusts here in Sydney, Nova Scotia. That power pole is about to come down. Well, I made it through Fiona and just finally got a couple of hours of sleep here in the hotel room. And Fiona was a wild storm here in Atlantic Canada. Incredible storm, and still just howling out there. Here's a look from the bed, looking out the windows here. Well, my next steps are to figure out how to get off of this island. I assume the causeway's okay, but we're gonna have to get back to Halifax to have an early morning flight Monday morning back to Winnipeg. I can get to Winnipeg and grab some stuff out of my car because I didn't bring a lot of stuff here on this trip. I got my checked luggage bag. It's still in the car in Winnipeg. I'll grab that, grab my live view unit and camera, and head to Orlando. It looks like I'll head down to Orlando and grab my radar car and be on the next chase. All right, well, I've made it to Halifax. I am in the airport, and I was supposed to fly out at 7:45 this morning, but flights have been delayed multiple times, and I've had to make some drastic changes, executive decisions here to forego going to Winnipeg, and instead I'm getting a flight from Halifax to Toronto, and then Toronto to Orlando to get on this hunt for Hurricane Ian could make landfall in Florida just to the north of Tampa. Here we go. See you guys on the next chase.